Welcome back, RBG family and friends. Today we are in the basement. Today we are going to be talking about Dahlia tubers. I received my order from Swan Island Dahlias, and we want to show you guys the tubers that we received and talk about them. We are going to be potting them in pots. Currently, our weather is a little bit on the iffy side. It's rainy and yucky and a little bit cold. Now, on that note, disclaimer, we do have some tubers that are currently outside and are currently active and growing. If you have watched any of our other videos, we have ordered tubers from other places, from big box stores like Walmart and also from Holland Farms, and those are already planted in pots. We're not planting anything in ground. Everything that we are getting once it comes to tubers and or our flowers, we're trying to put everything in pots. And also once it comes to our vegetable garden, we do that all in raised beds. But to push forward, we have our order here. We ordered we ordered 6 and got gifted 1. So the ones that we ordered, I tried to go with, I guess, the most known or the prettiest ones from them, because Swan Island ships single tubers, as the other 2 where I ordered from shipped clumps. So the ones that I got from Swan Island are Cafe Olay, Michaela Miranda, Patches, Swan's Sunset, Bahama Mama, Tipsy, and the one that's a free gift is called Giddy's Crazy. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that last one correct. Now, packaging wise, it's that small United States Postal Priority Mail. It was nice and wrapped in that paper compartment, and it's just that one single bag. And I think that's peat moss that it came in. It was labeled "Do not freeze," and these tubers are ready to give. They have viable eyes because I already opened them and looked, and I just can't wait any longer for either my backyard to be set up or the weather to cooperate. So we're just gonna pot them up with the help of my husband, whom is here. We're gonna pot them up in small planters that I've either purchased and are just sitting around not doing much, or that I have recycled from other plants. And we're just gonna get them started. So once the weather cooperates with us, we can put them in bigger planters. I'm gonna bring you guys up closer so you can see us unpackage the tubers, and we can show you what these individual tubers look like. So let's get to it. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into this bag with some scissors. Now, I dusted one of these off, and what Swan Island is known to do is they actually stamp the name on the tuber. And I mean, these tubers are chunky. Well, some of them are chunky. And as you can see, this one has a little bit of roots already. Oh, not on here though. You got it, or you want me to do it? This one. Okay, so this is the one that was the free gift. As you can see, it might have, yes, I think this one has 2 eyes, but it has the one already here. That's definitely viable. Once we plant it, this one will probably grow as well. And this tuber is chunky. It already has some roots down here, and I hope the camera is picking it up. The name is already stamped right there, and this one is the Giddy's Crazy, and this is the one that they were giving as a gift. Now these tubers, I purchased these tubers back in the winter, And they were having a really phenomenal sale on them. I mean, in the pamphlet that they send or their order book and stuff like that, they're still doing gifts. I don't think it's this one. They have different ones that you can choose from. I think at that point you had to hit a threshold of, I think it was either $70 or $75. And then you were able to get a free tuber. So this one was mine's. I can't tell you, I can't remember what it looks like or why I picked it, but I think it was phenomenal. Either way, it doesn't matter to me what color it might be. I don't care. It's a dahlia, and that's what I'm happy of. So this tuber, very viable, nice and tough, nice and strong, really good. So I'm gonna hand this one over to my husband so he can put it on the other side. So we're gonna go ahead. I mean, this is like a treasure chest, guys. All right, so we have our other one here. Already has some growth. Let's go ahead and clean this little guy up. Okay, I see a little stamp here. This one is Patches. Okay, this one does not have any roots, which is fine. But there's one eye there. There might be another one up here. I'm not sure. I'm not a pro at this, guys. I'm just learning, like probably a bunch of us on the community. But there's at least one there that's viable, and it's definitely gonna grow. I don't know if I see some purple hue on something that's down here, so who knows? That might be an indicator that this little guy might be purple. Once again, nice and firm. I'm gonna hand that one over to my husband. Amazing so far. Okay, here we got, oh my god, look at this thing.
This one goes here.
Well, this was my prize and joy. I'm gonna tell you already, guys. I know which one this one is. And this one has 2 points growing right now. It looks like it's gonna have a couple more because I see white right here. I see white right here. So this tuber is gonna go bananas, and this is why I went to Swan Island to order. And this is my cafe au lait. And this is a dinner plate, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be a massive dahlia. And I think a lot of people stake their dahlias, but this one I'm definitely going to have to stake because I want this in every vase that I have in my house. And she is viable. She is ready. She has a couple of roots coming out of here and some over here, and she is chunky. So giving that one over to my husband. Okay, so far we have 3. Oh, look at that. How pretty. It's just amazing how it shows some color just on what's coming out of it. Okay, this one's also a little chunky. Trying to find the name, guys. Okay, I think this one's Michaela Miranda. Yes, guys, this is Michaela Miranda. And Michaela Miranda, I do know she is a little purpley pink hue with some white. I fell in love with Michaela Miranda because of Nicole on Flower Hill Farm. So this guy or girl, whichever one you want to call it, she is not going to disappoint. So beautiful. All right, that's 4. Ooh, wow. Look at these. I'm telling you, these things come in all shapes and sizes. Okay, this is Miss Tipsy, guys. She came a little tipsy. She came a little hot, but she is not going to disappoint. All right, also again with some roots. She's already ready to grow. She has 1 growth point there. Miss Tipsy. That's number 5. What are we looking for? 2 more? Oh, okay. Wow. What, guys, what is this? Okay, I had peeked into this bag. I already confessed that. But wow. My word. Bahama Mama. Where does she come from? Wowee. Okay, she has roots, guys. I mean, she has roots as long as her.
Some of them gotta cut it. But she goes sideways.
Okay, those roots went bye-bye. Okay, she's ready to grow. She has one eye right there, so she's perfect. She is large and in charge. I mean, I have to put her this way. She's large and in charge, guys. She has a growth point right there already. This is white, so this is new. This root is new. She's white. This one we're going to have to put sideward. I've heard from the community. A lot of people do different videos. The tubes that I have outside, the tubers, not tubes, the tubers that I have outside, I went with the way the eye was growing. When people have clumps, depending on the way it's growing, the eyes, you can plant them this way. Some of my tubers or most of my tubers are planted this way. It also depends on the depth of the pot. My tubers are planted this way because my tubers were not that big from the other box stores or the other farms. This tuber is way too long, so obviously this tuber is going to have to go this way. Plus, the eye is already growing facing this way. So these are, this one is one that's going to have to be laid flat this way. I've always done it this way and I've never had an issue, and all my dahlias have grown. So can't wait to see this one. All right, that's number, what, 6? You got one more? All right, where is she? Oh, wow. We went from the biggest to the littlest. Oh, how cute is this one? And this one's Swan's Sunset.
That one you gotta grow in a flatbed. In a flash.
No, we just have one of those little ones right there. You have one of those Bonnie's cups. We're gonna put that one in there. We'll show you the pots that we're recycling. We have a variety of sizes here. Okay, so this is a Swan's Sunset, and I hope that that's exactly what we're expecting from this, a pure sunset and a flower. And this one has 2 eyes by what I'm seeing right now. And what you're looking for is literally, this is the body. That's the neck, and it's a itty bitty neck. And your eyes right there. And she is solid, just like her other brothers and sisters over there. And we are ready to go. So that is a total of 7. We're going to recycle this moss that's over here. We're just going to put it in there. And Swan did the most of the most and went ahead and sent us labels in a rubber band so we can use them to tag up our dahlias. Make sure we know where we're putting it and make sure we don't lose our tubers. So amazing. Kudos to them for that. Guys, I am happy with the way that everything came in. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and know prices, just so you guys can know for future references, some of these well-known varieties are going to be more expensive than the varieties that are not known, or the dinner plates are more expensive than like a ball would be, and so forth. So the cafe au lait was $23. The Michaela Miranda was $9.95. The patches was $7.95. The Swan's Sunset was $7.95. The Bahama Mama, the long one, my word, was $7.95. The Tipsy was $24.95, and the Giddy's Crazy, like I said, was a free gift. Once again, I don't remember exactly the threshold that I needed to get to be able to receive the free gift. I think it was either $70 or $75. This total was $81.70. So it was amazing. My husband there is showing you the pamphlet. This pamphlet is for the year now, 2022, they are having some introductions, meaning some new dahlias to them. It's a very colorful book, very amazing. I mean, if it was up to me, I showed it to my husband and he was like, girl, put it away. Because if it was up to me, I would have dahlias growing out of my ears. Now, I do favor the dinner plate more than any of the other ones. The balls are not my favorite because they are smaller. They are celebrating their 95th year. Can you believe 95 years in business? That tells you something when a company has been in business for that long and they know what they are doing. They do have a YouTube channel. You can find them in YouTube. I watched their YouTube channel and they are phenomenal in teaching and growing. What we have here in front of us is the different pots that we are going to be using to just pot them up so that they can hopefully start sending down some roots and maybe start getting their growth point set up. And these, like I said, we are recycling from plants that either my sister has taken home or plants that we have put into the ground. Well, not ground, into pots that we have purchased in Home Depot or Walmart has sent to me. So all of these won't be a problem. Our issue is going to be Miss Bahama Mama over there that's large and in charge. But we are going to be using, what soil we're going to be using?
Miracle Grow.
We're going to be using a Miracle Grow. We're going to be using a combination of Miracle Grow right now with probably a mixture of some type of peat moss or a pro mix, so we can make it light, fluffy, and airy. Obviously, we don't need much because it's just these little pots here, and we'll water them in. And we'll see what happens. We'll show you the ending result. And then, we hope that you guys stick along for the process so you can see them grow and then hopefully see them in their, permanent or temporary home. Because here in Zone 7B, they are not hardy to our zone. So that's the only other issue with these tubers, is that they are potato like. So if you are not in their hardy zone, which is anything zone 8 and above or below, whichever one you want to call it, you have to dig them up. So you have to pull them up because winter will turn these tubers into mush and you would have to start all over again. And with expensive tubers like the Cafe au lait, which is like $25 a pop, I'm sure that's not something that you want to have to be purchasing every year. And these tubers do multiply if you give them the right ground and all of that. So it's like Christmas, for a kid, that if you're popping them up at the end of the season and you know what you're doing and how you're doing it, you put one tuber in and you pull 5 or 6 up. And some tubers multiply quicker than others. Some tubers only give 2 out of the mother tuber. Some tubers give 6. We've had the experience of being able to pull out a couple of tubers from one, but unfortunately we didn't have the experience of knowing how to store them. So that's why we are here starting again from square one. This is our second year growing dahlias from tubers, also the second year of growing dahlias from seed. So we are learning as we go, but we're gonna get our hands on some dirt so we can put them in the pots, since we already pulled them out from their comfortable nest, and that they don't dry up on us. So let's get this party started. Okay, so we went ahead and opened our Miracle Grow. Is our choice, like we said. We are following the guidelines of the booklet that Swan Island sent. It looks rough, guys, because we left it here. It's the growing guide, and it says to do it in well draining soil, which Miracle Grow is for partly that I have the experience with. They're pretty well known for that. And also obviously have holes in your pots and etc, etc, etc. They are also stating here to add some bone meal to your potting soil. So I'm going to also be doing that. Thank goodness I have some on hand. It's my last bag, so I'm gonna use it well, and it's also open. So we're gonna go ahead and put a couple of tablespoons. It doesn't say the measurement, but we're gonna put a couple of tablespoons. It says to make sure you mix it in well, and because you don't want to directly plant your tubers onto it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I don't have a measuring spoon here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just take. How do you measure, like, with your hands? Like, how do you do that? Like, you cup it? Like, how does that go? Like, how do you know? I know it's different, I guess, for everybody's hand, because everybody's...
Your hand's like 5 tablespoons, probably.
Really? Oh, God, so is that too much? I just like, woo, sprinkled it. And then I'm just going to sprinkle it there, and then I'm just going to move it. I'm just going to incorporate it. And this big pot here is where we're going to be putting Miss Larger Than Charge Bahama Mama. And like I said, we're going to be laying that one completely flat. And we filled it up almost to the top, and we left like a quarter of it. And that's where we're going to top it with. And just like that, it's nicely mixed in. And I'm gonna lay it down this way because, like I stated before, it looks like it wants to grow this way. And we're just gonna press it in a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for all the other ones. And we're just gonna backfill. My husband's handing me soil. We're gonna backfill it until it's nicely covered. I don't think it's gonna need that much. I don't know exactly how much soil you need to cover it. I'm assuming not much, because you don't want this to be too deep to the point that that growth point that we already have there cannot find its way back out. I mean, I'm assuming where there's a will, there's a way, and what wants to grow will grow. But like I said, these tubers can be expensive, and you don't want to hinder anything. This light colored that you see here on the top is the medium that the tubers came in with. I didn't want to throw it out because they were used to that. I'm assuming that was a little bit of peat moss. Just one more. I'm assuming that was a little bit of peat moss. So I just went ahead and mixed it in there. I obviously didn't do a good job because it's all the way at the bottom. I went ahead and just mixed it in there. All right. And at this point, this one is ready to go to bed. Now the instructions say that, I'm assuming if you were to plant this in ground, they really don't want you to wet it, because obviously your ground always wicks in more moisture than what your pots do, because your pots dry out way quicker than what your ground dries out. So they don't want you to wet it. But if you're in pots, like a lot of people grow in pots, then you have to wet it, and wet at your discretion. So the one that we have here is Bahama Mama, and I showed you guys that they did send us tags, and I was giving them kudos for sending us tags. Guys, here I'm sitting here like, oh yay, they send us tags. I have to write things here. I went to the sink and I washed them. And guys, listen, I'm not saying, you know, nobody deserves more business than anybody else, but guys, I'm very happy I gave them my money, because these labels are already printed, stamped. I don't know how they did this, but with their individual names, their numbers, if you want to look it up on their booklet. And I'm looking for Bahama Mama, so we can use that one as an example. So I'm not repeating the same thing with each single one of them. It's printed with Swan Island Dahlia's name, a Dahlia picture, Bahama Mama's name, the number that it would be on their catalog. I'm assuming if they still have it for this year. The Dahlia is 6 inches, or the bloom of the Dahlia is 6 inches in diameter. The color is pink and yellow blend. And this particular Dahlia is going to grow 4 feet in height. And I think that's marvelous. Now, this thing here that you see in parentheses, if my husband can get me the book, the thing that you see there in parentheses that says BBID, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what that means, because I did not know myself. And I was sitting here like, what does that mean? Reading is fundamental, guys, I'm telling you. I went to the back here in their table of index, and the BBID literally just means, BB stands for the size of your bloom. So BB is stating that the bloom is going to be anywhere from 4 to 6 inches. And the ID is going to stand for informal decorative dahlia. So there you have it, guys. This ID tag that they probably spend, I don't know how long creating, helps the home gardener so much, just by looking at this one piece of plastic that maybe somebody that does not know any better might have thrown out. Here I'm saying, oh, they just send me a plastic so I can write something on it. No, they send me so much more. And I thank them. And I mean, I'm nobody here on YouTube, because that's what I consider myself. My husband's looking at me like, no, you're not. I don't know if this video will get to anybody, or even to them, or somebody that knows them, but thank you. I just want to tell them thank you. If anybody close to them sees this and sends it to anybody that knows them, amazing job. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to the other 6 that are waiting for me. And tag. Always remember to tag, and don't poke your tuber. So we're going to go ahead and move on, and I'll show you the ending product. All right, guys, here we have the ending product. And they are all resting in their individual pots. So happy that we were able to do this project today so that they can start growing. Now we're just gonna go ahead and give them a little drink of water, as you see my husband doing, as per recommended the growing guide. Then from here, we're not going to give them anything else until we see the actual immersion of the first signs of life, once again per the growing guide. And that's it. That's all she wrote, guys. It is that simple. From here, we have this green card, and it's just their guarantee to you. The bold is, for any dahlia that fails to emerge after 5 weeks, please dig it up and contact us immediately for further instructions no later than August 1st of the same growing season. I think that's amazing guarantee. Just follow those instructions and they will tell you what to do from there. So there you have it, guys. It can't be easier than that. I think that Swan Island, per my first experience, seems to be an amazing experience. Once it comes to growing, that will tell with time. Like I stated, it is my first time buying tubers from them, but for right now, the experience has been amazing. Once they grow, I will bring you guys along for the process. I hope you guys stick along for the process and see these babies grow and bloom and go into vases and all of that. I want to bring you guys along for everything. But guys, there you have it. This is all I have for you guys. I hope that you enjoy this video. So as per usual, guys, please like, comment below, subscribe, please share our videos so that YouTube knows that we are making amazing, likable, and shareable content. It will help my algorithm. It'll help YouTube share our videos out there so that we can grow within this wonderful community. And as always, guys, you know that we love you. You guys are extended family and friends. And as usual, we will see you guys on our next video. Bye.